Greetings! After watching a legally blind man swing a 22-pound sword at another man in my last video, I remembered that there are a lot of better duels out there. So, here's a list. A few ground rules. Number 1, it has to be a duel. Ish. Either a formal setting or at least a gentle affirmation that two people are about to fight one-on-one.
You're ready then? Whether I am or not, you've been more than fair.
Number 2, same weapon. As fun as sword versus feather duster is, they should at least have similar weapons. While we're at it, no unarmed here. That's an entirely different category. Lastly, number 3, limit only one entry per weapon type. One could make 50 videos on sword duels alone. This makes it more challenging. So, salute, en garde, allez! These are the top 5 movie duels. Up first, knives. 2003's The Hunted tells the story of a government assassin gone rogue, played by Benicio del Toro, and the man who taught him, played by Tommy Lee Jones, and his attempts to track him down. It culminates as they both find themselves next to a river with knives they made themselves. And what follows is an incredibly brutal fight where they both take chunks out of themselves and do some truly creative maneuvers. Compare this one to Tommy Lee Jones' other known knife scene in Under Siege, where Steven Seagal once again refused to show any weakness whatsoever, and it's night and day. This duel between student and teacher deserves a place on any list. Up next, guns. There have been countless quick-draw movie scenes over the years, but by and large they're usually the same. Two people stand off tensely, close-up shots of eyes, firing, hesitation, and then one eventually crumples over. Probably the best one to do it was The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, but since there are technically 3 people involved in that one, it doesn't make the cut. So instead, we're taking a trip to Tombstone. This 1993 film, based loosely on the life of Wyatt Earp and Company, sees Kurt Russell as Earp and peak career Val Kilmer as the drunken tuberculosis-afflicted Doc Holliday.
I'm in my prime.
On the villain side, we have a gang called the Cowboys, with their most deadly member, Johnny Ringo, played by Kyle Reese himself, Michael Biehn. Holliday and Ringo seem destined to meet throughout the movie, matching skill against skill, most amusingly, gun versus cup, while daring one another to pull the trigger. So it's disappointing when Ringo challenges Earp to a duel instead, but this disappointment is quickly abated when Doc shows up first.
I didn't think you had it in you.
I'm your huckleberry.
A short time later, and the fight is on. They circle, prepare,
say when,
and it's over before it even starts. Holliday is victorious, Ringo staggers with a fatal blow, and the long-hyped duel shows why everyone was right to fear Holliday. Up next, we head to a movie where Ralph Macchio seeks out a reluctant teacher to help him learn a mysterious art. That's right, Crossroads! No, not the attempt at making Britney Spears a star, but rather the story of a Juilliard guitarist named Eugene attempting to learn the blues by traveling with an old musician named Willie through the South. For anyone that has seen Supernatural, it should come as no surprise that the old musician got his musical talent by selling his soul, at a crossroads. And Eugene challenges the devil to a match against his champion for a chance to win back Willie's soul. And thus, the duel is set. The weapon, electric guitars. What follows are 6 minutes of two people playing the hell out of their instruments in a call-and-response showdown, with it getting more and more complex as the time goes on, eventually turning into a full-on concert as a backup band, Willie, and a chicken lady get involved. All seems lost, but guess what? Daniel LaRusso has a crane kick. Classical music. The old and new styles are mixed in a piece that leaves the audience speechless. And try as he might, the Devil's Champion is unable to match it. In the movie, at least. In reality, musician Steve Vai played both parts. The duel is done, but rather than wallow in defeat, the band strikes up. No sense letting a loss get in the way of a good party. Up next, it's getting a little weird, as we take a trip to the Shadow Mountains for 2018's phantasmagorical feast for the eyes, Mandy. The movie follows Nicolas Cage in peak Nicolas Cage mode. As he seeks revenge on a supernatural cult. Along the way, there are some truly astounding visuals and creative kills, but one stands out among the rest as the most out there moment. While working his way through the cult, Cage grabs a chainsaw and prepares to dispatch one of the members. The cult member's reaction is not to run, but rather to bring out an even bigger chainsaw. This is definitely not the most technical duel on the list, but it is definitely the most shocking. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out. You won't soon forget it. Fun fact, the director of this movie is the son of the director of Tombstone. It's a family that does duels well. Alright, we've come to the sword entry, and I'm sure no matter what I picked, there will be people saying another one should have gotten it. Princess Bride, Star Wars, Something with Errol Flynn, that Polish movie with the really amazing saber fight. But after careful consideration, I'm giving it to the Highlander. No, not Connor McLeod. Rob Roy. Long before Liam Neeson surprised everyone as an action star in Taken, he played Rob Roy MacGregor, a reluctant rebel in early 1700s Scotland. The film climaxes in a duel to the death between MacGregor and Tim Roth's Archibald Cunningham, a sadistic fop deadly with a blade. They have both shown their skill against a common adversary, Cunningham winning by superior technical skill, and Rob winning in a different manner. First comically losing a match to First Blood.
The first cut? Aye. Well done.
Then, more dramatically. The fight is brutal, as Cunningham's skill with a rapier proves too fast for Rob's broadsword, and Cunningham toys with his increasingly bloodied opponent. But right when he goes for the coup de grace, Rob unleashes his special set of skills, and grabs his nemesis's blade, allowing him to finally get a hit in, and make it count, leading to one of the most memorable visuals in movie dueldom. And that's the list. I'm sure you have notes, so why not leave a comment? Would love to hear what you think. Otherwise, if you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button in the lower right of the video. And if not, chainsaws at dawn? Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and happy trekking through the wilds of moviedom.